Hello. All right. I think we can get started. Hi, everybody. I'm going to welcome everyone today. Good to see all of you. I apologize ahead of time. You're going to hear a lot from me today. I will, because I happen to be on the agenda 3 times in a row, but I will go as quickly as possible. I have a little bit of bad news to start. Our presenter, Stacy Self from Measured Wellness, is very under the weather. So I got that message earlier today, and she, of course, did not want to expose all of us to whatever is going around. But don't be disappointed, because this was just a teaser. It was a little overview for the September 25th full event about Measured Wellness. So she sent me a couple notes, so I'm just going to go through these just to give you an idea about the program. So here we go. Welcome to Measured Wellness. Our program is a comprehensive approach to health that is completely free for all Medicare patients, offering a significant opportunity to invest in your well-being with no out-of-pocket costs. Why join our program? We design our program to provide you with the tools, knowledge, and support you need to lead a healthier, more vibrant life. By joining, you can benefit from continuous data monitoring. We use cutting-edge technology and wearable devices to continuously monitor your health data. This provides a clear, ongoing picture of your well-being, allowing for proactive rather than reactive care. So this is why I am so excited about this program. All of you know that I'm into things like Blue Zone and food is medicine, right? Just like nutrition needs to be individualized, food can literally heal us based on our need. Medicine really needs to be individualized. One pill and one treatment as a blanket is not ideal. And that's what this kind of program does. This constantly monitors all of your personal blood work, your results, your blood pressure, your pulse, all those, your sleep, how well you sleep. All of that is tracked by devices that are like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or an Oura Ring. And that is what is no cost to Medicare. So as soon as to Medicare patients, so as soon as I heard that, I knew I had to invite Measured Wellness to get to know all of you. So a little bit more. Expert lifestyle education. You'll work with our dedicated team of healthcare providers who offer personalized lifestyle education and support. We don't treat symptoms. We empower you to build the habits that promote long-term health. So Western medicine is fantastic. It's miraculous. But we tend to Band-Aid things, right? You go in, you have high blood pressure, we give you a pill, right? But why do you have high blood pressure? Is it your diet? Is it stress? Is it genetics? This is the kind of program that is going to look at those things. So that's why I'm super, super excited to share this with all of you. As part of the membership, engaging group classes, participate in our variety of group classes that cover a range of wellness topics. These classes offer a great way to learn from our experts and connect with others on a similar health journey. So just to give you an idea of the classes for fall, there's a Move into Stillness, which I'm sure is a meditation and regulating your nervous system. We have this biological response, this fight or flight that you've probably heard of, and it protected us in the jungle and, saved us. But we perceive threats now with a road rage driver behind us or our boss yelling at us. And we're in this heightened state, and this cortisol is just doing terrible things to our body. And it can actually also mess with your digestion. You're not fully digesting your nutrients. So it's very important to be grounded, do some meditation and keep your nervous system in line. Metabolic Health with Anne. This is really about cellular health, right? The food we eat turns it into nutrients and builds our cells literally. So for Eating Well patients, this is probably a really good, we're doing this right now in Eating Well. We're working on metabolic health. So this is a great follow-up for you guys. Pilates with Stephanie. Can't say enough good things about Pilates. That's every Wednesday at 9. All Things Blood Pressure with the medical director of Measured Wellness. A deeper dive into resting heart rate. Vitamin D and their circadian rhythm. So these wearable devices are on you all night, and they tell you how long you are in a REM state, because you need a certain amount of quality sleep in order for your body to heal. This is when your body actually rebuilds cells. And then supporting the immune system on September 26th. And of course, my favorite, nutrition for disease management, September 25th. So these are the kind of topics that they are teaching you on an individual level. So they're telling you what you need in these areas, which is phenomenal as far as I'm concerned. So ongoing support. Our team is here for you every step of the way, providing continuous support and guidance to help you reach your goals. Now, this is a Medicare sponsored program. So this company is very aware that there might be varying levels of comfort with technology, right? So if you're not super comfortable with your device, if you're not comfortable with the app that tracks the device, they have people on call basically all day. You don't have to meet on Zoom. You don't have to meet in person. You don't have to do it yourself. You can just pick up the phone. The technology is not a hurdle. It's a hurdle that you do not need to overcome. They're going to plan for that. So the full event is the Pillars of Longevity on September 25th. It's in this room right around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in this room. She says, we are excited to announce that we will be visiting on September 25th to help patients get onboarded to our program. So you can come just to learn more, you can come just to learn about the topic, or you can literally get signed up on September 25th and they'll help you walk through that. We will also be teaching a class on the Pillars of Longevity, Small Daily Choices, Big Lifetime Impact. I love everything in that sentence. In this class, you'll discover the 5 foundations proven to protect your independence. Isn't that what we're all about? Protect your independence, vitality, and joy as you age. This session will provide you with actionable steps you can take every day to make big impact on your long-term health. We can't wait to see you there. So Stacy was very sad to not see you today, but she will see you on the 25th. So please go home and sign up for that. I can probably answer a few questions if you have any.
Do they have an office here, or because I looked it up and it says something about Temecula.
Yeah, it is a little confusing. They do have a physical space. I don't think it's as far as Temecula. I think it might be almost North County-ish. But again, you do not have to go in person. I'm sure they'll probably want to do one physical exam or one onboarding, but you don't have to always go in. And most of us are comfortable with Zoom, I think. You guys are all pretty good on Zoom. Oh, I'm sure she's so happy to help you at any time. If you aren't going to be here on the 25th and you want more information, please let me know. Stay after or send me a note and I'll make sure you're in the loop. But I would love to see them as a partner. This is a very, very exciting partnership. Yes. She didn't specify, so I'm guessing it's A. I've learned all that recently at our last presentation. Yeah, I don't think there's any limitations. And trust me, I asked 3 times very clearly, is there any cost? Any cost? And she very clearly, no. Everything is covered. Now for me, unfortunately, it's why I'm so jealous. I would go and pay all of this out of pocket. And trust me, I'm thinking about it because it's that good. Right? Yeah.
I'm probably not asking this correctly, but I don't know if anybody else is like this. My Medicare is connected to I have Kaiser. Sure. So Sleeping Advantage, they have my Medicare. I can't just take my Medicare and go someplace else.
So the question was for everybody at home, basically, do we know that we're eligible based on our in particular status regarding Medicare? So on the 25th, or if you need to talk offline to them, she will have a helper here, and those are the kinds of questions, not questions, they're just going to get you set up. I think it sounds like it's all very easy, and they definitely know all the ins and out and everything they need to do. I don't think there's any challenges. Yes.
Get set up any time, like next year?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is ongoing. And yeah, so the classes seem to go by season. So these are fall, and then we'll see some things for the new year. I know we all love to get healthier in the new year, so that'll be wonderful to see those January, February, March classes. I know, I love that. That's my favorite thing. Yes. Exactly. It's supplemental. It sounds like it's supplemental.
I'm just confused because if I wanted to go somewhere and Medicare is with Kaiser, so unless.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
People on Zoom are feeling a little.
Gotcha. Thank you. I'm not repeating back. But anyway, definitely come on the 25th. All questions will be answered. I know they're very prepared and have everything at the fingertips. And if you are not going to be there, just let me know and I'm happy to connect you and get you set up. Yeah, one last question that I can repeat back to the.
Guys won't allow us to have any
Yeah. From what I understand with the conversation, there's no issues. So I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know the ins and the outs, but it sounds like it's open to everybody who has any sort of Medicare. So yes, I can ask for a little follow-up. Yeah, so I think each of them is different. Like, of course, Pilates is probably going to be in person, maybe. But I will, how about I do this? How about I get our questions and I will just send a little information after this meeting. So we're going to ask a little bit more about any Medicare restrictions, and we're going to ask about class location and office location. Okay, so I'll send that out and I'll send you this flyer of classes. And I'll either, send some more information as needed, or we'll just see everybody on the 25th.
Well, there's one thing that's not clear. You're
Yeah.
saying that are the devices that, like
Right.
Apple Watch, I think, being covered?
Those are covered by your Medicare. So basically, I think you follow the program for about 3 months, and then you're eligible for this Apple Watch or an Aura Ring. I think Dolores has an Aura Ring, correct?
It's called the Ultra Human.
Oh, Ultra Human Ring. So, okay, so now I think that the ring might be a $50 cost at Costco, but this is a $500 or $600 item that you'd be getting for $50. So, just incredible opportunity.
Ultra Human Ring was $300 at Costco.
Okay, so Dolores is saying that the ring when she purchased it was $350. So, yeah, so just keep an eye out. I will get these questions answered. And I'm looking forward to the 25th here. I think it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. I think the first 3 months is sort of like helping you maybe with nutrition and lifestyle habits and things like that. I think they want to see a commitment on your part, and that is when the device comes in. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay, so I need to change gears, and I want to give a little bit of background before welcoming our next guest. As you all know, we are going through some exciting changes in TVSD. We are becoming fully staffed again. We're going to be having an admin coordinator come on shortly. We're interviewing. And we are going to be starting our volunteer provided services, member services. A very exciting program that is truly going to help us all to stay in our homes longer. And just to give you a little bit of a reminder on big picture, we're all going to the Village Movement California Conference Thursday, Friday of this week in Sacramento. Village Movement California is sort of our parent nonprofit that really helps all the villages in the state to find their way, help with development, because the Village Movement is only in its 22nd or 23rd year. It's so new still. So everyone's finding their way and it's growing. But there are 4 things that Village Movement California recommends that every village have or try to have. One is social programs. We have no shortage of those. These are good for connection. You build neighborly connections and, of course, reduce isolation. Education, also very important. We have wonderful programs about sight, hearing, how to manage these things, the Binder Project that Bradlin works on, and just aging in place education in general. It's not something that just happens, right? You need to understand what that is, how to do it, how to finance it, those sorts of things. Number 3 is the volunteer-led member services. So this is the program that we are starting to get up and running, where as soon as you stop driving, there's help with rides. As soon as you can't clean your own gutters, hopefully there's someone to help with that. Or pet sitting in emergency. Those kinds of things to truly help you age in your home longer. And then the 4th thing is resources. And this is the one that I'm talking about today. There are, thank goodness, uncountable amount of resources. And these are at a city, a state, and a federal level. I think it could be a full-time job just trying to manage it all and understand it all. Because, there's nonprofits, there's private providers, there's, and it's all changing. It's changing based on grant funding, right? Or it's changing, like right now, JFS is having trouble because they have a volunteer shortage. And their wait time for a ride is now 9 months to start transportation. And that is a huge reason why the board of TVSD decided to implement our own volunteer provided program so that you're not getting in line behind the tens of thousands of other San Diegans, right? We know that you're getting the support you need internally. But resources, the challenge with resources, and it's a huge challenge for me, and I know it's a challenge for the board, is to keep you informed of all these resources. I know the care committee deals with this too, right? All the Southern caregivers and the transportation options. It's an overwhelming amount of information. So how do we give you the amount that you need without overwhelming you, not talking at you too much? And the biggest challenge is I might have JFS come today and JFS tells you everything that they're going to do, but you don't need it right now, right? But in 3 months, you really do. You desperately need it. So we need to find a way to just make sure that you know where to go for help, right? That we have different ways of keeping this information organized and concise so it's not overwhelming to you. So just to give you a quick example regarding this, a personal example to put it in perspective. A couple weeks ago, my father went to the hospital. He's having trouble breathing, and he was very quickly diagnosed with COVID. So we had him in the hospital for a couple days, and then they want to move him to rehab, right? The dreaded rehab word, right? So luckily, we are part of Jonathan Schwartz hospital program. And just as a side note, as an adult child looking to take care of my parents, I find this program very helpful for me because even though I can advocate for my parents, I am not a social worker. I am not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I don't know my Medicare plan. I don't know my Medicare rights. So I feel much better, and I made sure that they were signed up for that program before my mother had hip surgery in June. So it's a Saturday afternoon. We call Gabby, Jonathan's staff person. She's on vacation. She quickly gets us to Jonathan. Jonathan's on the phone with me within 30 minutes, and he's happy to help. He gets the social worker's number at Sharp, and he has that long conversation about what's available, what's needed, what's the insurance cover. And then he calls me back and he's like, listen, there's 2 options. Because your father is on Sharp Advantage, you can only go to certain facilities. He said, I don't have personal experience with either, but I was able to find that Castle Manor in National City is a 5-star Medicare rated facility. And thank goodness he gave us that information because that's where we went, and it was good enough. It was not overwhelming. I wasn't overwhelmingly concerned. Let's put it that way. So I was so grateful. Then we have to get him home, right? So it's a Saturday. They aren't going to do transport. So we're already Synergy Home Care clients, another partner of ours. We have a woman come with me to help him check out, follow the medication, follow what they've been doing for him. She happens to also work in a rehab, so part-time, so she knows us all very well. Gets him in and out of the car. We get him home, and he's weak, disoriented. We get him into the house. We get him to his lift chair that we got from Harmony Home Medical, our partner. But the great thing about this in particular story is that chair broke 6 weeks ago, just completely broke. Within a day, the next day, they had a rental chair for him delivered to the house, took the old one away, helped us order the new one. Then we realize how weak he is. We're very concerned about him being at home alone. So now we have Synergy on the phone, and within a couple hours, they get us someone to spend the night. Because I can be there, but I don't know if he's about to pass out. I don't know how much of a risk these situations are putting him in. So, right after that, this is Enrique, the owner, talking to us on Saturday afternoon. And I just stopped for a minute and I realized, where would we be without the village knowledge and resources? I mean, it scared me for a minute. And then I was so grateful because I don't know that the average older adult would get this information elsewhere. I don't know. So I'm so grateful that for the Village Movement that this is our goal, that we try to not only educate people about resources and planning, but also that we connect them to quality resources that they can trust, because it makes me, I'm very protective of all of you, makes me very nervous to think that you're out on Facebook trying out a new, gastroenterologist or whatever. So, 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 so that's why I'm happy to have these partners, and I'm happy to have Erica Sell here from Harmony. So, do you want to come up and just talk a little bit about Harmony? Yeah, I just pretty much want to remind everybody about the things Harmony does, because it's hard. They do so much, it's hard to keep it all in mind. So why don't you share a little bit? And then I know there's a couple people that want to talk about some products they've gotten with you. And this is your microphone for now. And
Okay.
then when we have questions, I'll go around. If you take any questions, just repeat it back for the people at home.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you. And thanks for sharing. That lift chair store, I think the first chair was not from us, right? And the provider that you got it from
Yeah.
couldn't come out and fix it. We
Right.
came out that day
Yes.
and fixed the hand control, and then
Well,
it broke later,
I-
ultimately.
It was on the phone with them with his 800 number, 2 weeks to get help. My mother just says to me, "Why don't you just call Erica?" Sure enough, they were there the next
Yeah,
day.
we had it in stock.
And the other thing
took
I
care of the
wanted,
controller.
I want to thank you for having all the rental products, because it's an 8-week order.
Mhm.
It takes so long to get some of these products. So we now have this chair. There's no way he could have survived for 8 weeks without a
Yeah.
quality product. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody. So I'm Erica with Harmony Home Medical, and we do home medical equipment and home access modifications. So we do have a lot of products that help you age comfortably, independently. Lift chairs and beds are our two biggest categories, and they're not, you know, not attractive looking or hospitalish or any of those things. Like I literally have both of those products in my house just because I love them so much. They're really, really comfortable and really helpful things that they can, yes, help you stand up, but they can also get your heels over your heart, find a zillion positions to sleep in, and now just look nice in your home. So, which is not always been the case, but it is now. And sometimes when you order those nice fabrics or latest style, it does take long to get into the store or anywhere you order from. And then other ones, they do stock. So it just, depends on everyone's scenario. We have something to meet everybody's need. But if you wanted that special item, custom item like a special stair lift or lift chair, it could take 6 weeks to 8 weeks. That's why we do rentals. And we try to fill the gap for people. And we try to communicate that as best we can. But I know sometimes it can be a little bit stressful while we're waiting for these things to arrive and come in. So we have a showroom. I call it the Toys R Us for the aging adult. It's really fun and full of things that could be helpful. I brought a product that's just an example of that. That's something new. I don't know if our friends on Zoom can see it, but everyone knows what a rollator is. It's the walker with a seat and handbrakes, and you use it this way. But then this one is one that comes already pre-done with leg rest. They're in my box over there. But it's a wheelchair, and it's really nice looking and feeling. And at an under $500 price point, which the ones out before were a little bit more. So just always trying to get the best that's available for everybody. And then this, I don't know if anyone's familiar with pressure sores and how difficult and dangerous they are. They have you sit on an air cushion called a Roho, and those are really expensive, over 400, like 450. But my least favorite thing about them is that they also need to be maintained. And while you guys are busy just caring for yourself and your loved ones, you're not out there becoming medical equipment experts, figuring out how to maintain and measure with your fingers under someone's bottom, like how thick the cushion should be. So I like this cushion because it's a zero maintenance, fluidized flotation cushion, and it pressure maps as well as a Roho, which means it keeps your bony prominences and your sores as supported as a Roho cushion, and it's $169. So little things that no one spends time learning this stuff. We do, and we want to be your resource and educator for that. So yeah, and so we rent a bunch of things. We are having a really great new financing program We've always done rent to own through Harmony. And you pay like one extra month rental payment for that. But we haven't had a lot of financing for our big ticket products that you buy. So now you can rent to own through our company called Hearth. And if anyone has a 680 credit score or higher, there's no cost to it. There's no cost to us. There's no cost to you. It's a 0% finance for 24 months. So the nicest lift chair that we carry is $3,600. It's like the leather tilting with 5 motors, like really fancy. It's $150 a month. So it really makes things a little more accessible and affordable when we can use things like Hearth. And same with our curved stair lifts, and those home access products can get really pricey. So it's another great way to get what you need and not hesitate too long to get the things that will support you because you're figuring out financing. So I love Hearth, and we're doing that. And then AI is here, hence the prior vendor talk about the wearables and everything else. And I'm currently adding an AI knowledge base of everything that the internet knows about medical equipment and everything that we know about medical equipment to create a better support staff for everybody. So we'll have a larger call force overseas. We'll have our team, but then one of the concerns with Harmony and with just retail in general is like getting back to people fast enough and enough people to answer the phones. We have an answering service now, but they only have limited access to our proprietary knowledge. So pretty soon you should be able to, even if you were to get the answering service per se or be leaving a message, have any question that our regular in-house team can answer be answered for you. And they can hop into our system, see every, where your order is at. They can answer questions about how a PureOp cushion works. So I'm working on that. It will for sure have some iterations and bumps and stuff, but it's really important that everyone is responded to promptly and has information at their fingertips. It's kind of the expectation of the world nowadays. And it's hard to do in the store with our team. We're so busy sometimes. So I just wanted you to know that we're creating a way with technology to try to educate you further, better, constantly, and be there even more. That's us.
So, Erica, I had a couple clients that have come to me over the past couple months and have told me they loved working with you and the products or services that they received. So unfortunately, Linda Reese couldn't be here today, but she put in a stair lift and I saw pictures and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So since she can't, it's something I'm really interested in because with everything that's happened in the past month or so, I've thought about what happens if my parents need to move in with me and we don't have any bedrooms on the bottom floor. So I love the idea of not feeling like we have to move just to be able to get to living space. So do you want to talk a little bit about what you did for Linda?
Yeah. So for Linda, we went out to her home. She had just had that flood downstairs and she was getting new floors and fixtures. And so we came in and we were able to do grab bars for her that were really beautiful and match the decor. Anne will know all about that. I think we're going to talk to Anne soon too, because there's really pretty stuff out there. And then we talked about the stair lift, and that is definitely a longer sales process. It's one of those products when they're curved, it is a 6 to 8 week lead time. They're all custom welded and bent because no curved staircase is the same. And she chose black and it kind of matched those other fixtures that we went and she did a contrast versus the blend of choosing brown or cream. And her whole place just turned out beautiful, accessible, function to get upstairs. She was a little nervous during the time, like, when's it coming? When's it coming? Because when she finally decided, she was so excited to get it. Then, and it takes that time. So, but in the end, it's worked beautiful. We've never been back for any sort of service call. It's super high quality product and it looks good.
So accessible.
So
The pictures are great.
it looks good
really
still. It looks really good.
The colors was
Yeah,
good
the
as well.
contrast worked well.
And Ginny has a really cool product. Didn't you do a backyard product that I don't think everybody knows?
Is this
It's-
on? Can you hear me?
So, yeah. But I didn't.
I've done a few things. Actually, several years ago when I had a double knee replacement, we rented a chair from Harmony. I wasn't quite ready to buy a chair, but we went in and rented one for the month because I was going to have to sleep downstairs, I thought. But so that was helpful to rent that. And then Tom has purchased one of the recliners when he was one of his replacements, one of many. So we just decided to invest in a chair that reclines all the way down so he can sleep down there if he needs to. And it's beautiful, and we really love that. They came in and put, we have one of those houses that you step down to the living room and then step up to the dining room and then you step down to the family room. So we put very attractive, just a very thin rail to just hold on to, as it's just one little step, but that could still,
Yeah.
you know.
Good.
So we put those railings in, and then he also put in a railing on our jacuzzi for our jacuzzi, because my daughter was coming down and she needs something to hang on to. Well, I do too now. Going into the jacuzzi. So it was the first time I think he tried that, and he really did a good job. He went back and forth to the hardware store. He got everything he needed in it, but it got done.
Did Sean do that?
No, Jason did it. My husband did it. Yeah, and we had fun picking out the color. We picked out the one color we thought in the home, and then I remember Tom coming in with the ottoman to the store, like with the little foot thing, so we could match that color. Really nice for the lift chair.
So one other email I got a couple months ago, and I've been looking for the right time and place to share it, was from Ann Hoffman. And she emailed me to tell me that she loved her new scooter. It's a Pride 4-wheel scooter.
Go.
Yeah, no, unfortunately I didn't grab the email, but it was better speed, better battery power. Yeah, she's just zipping around. Better battery life, but she got farther distance. And the most exciting part was that she got was it a referral or something that saved her sales tax?
Yeah, so we can waive sales tax with doctor prescriptions. So when you guys are getting equipment, even though we're not billing it through insurance, for most of the stuff we carry, it's not billable. Sometimes you can get a little reimbursement if you submitted it yourself, but you can waive sales tax with a doctor's referral, and that can add up, especially on big ticket purchases. Yeah, so she got that and got to waive the sales tax, and we try to do best pricing, and now you can do the financing, so we make it really, achievable.
This stuff, yeah, I'd love to hear.
Yes.
Tips and tricks. One other exciting thing, our other partner, Sean Robinson with Precision Floor and Decor, is your partner. You work hand in hand when you do things like making bathrooms ADA accessible or anything that takes real construction work,
Yes.
right? The stair lift doesn't need that. So they work together, and that's amazing. And we also have a new member, Ann Kellett, who has also worked with Harmony. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ann Kellett. I'm a relatively new member, about 3 months. I've been in Tierra Santa for over 20 years, and I'm finally at the age where I can retire and have some fun with y'all. And so I've been doing exercises and social stuff.
They can see your face.
So, sorry. I am retired.
Gotcha. You can use this.
I can use this one. Thank you. Too much stuff.
Yeah.
I've been an interior designer for 50 years. And since I moved to California 20 years ago, I morphed my specialty into aging in place, universal design, accessibility design. And so I've done some really wonderful projects. I've taught the CAPS certified aging in place specialist classes. I've done universal design classes. I taught for 10 years at college. And I just love it. But I'm not looking for work. I am retired. But I know how daunting it is to go to Floor and Decor or someplace else, or to pick colors, or to, whatever to go with. It's something that's second nature to me. And I thought, what can I volunteer to the village? And so if you're working on a project and you just want someone to say, is this the right choice? I can help you with that. So just to let you know that.
Your volunteer category, I didn't think we'd have, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's the
Yeah.
last thing. Ann's work is.
Anne is amazing. Yeah, I've seen some of what you're working on. It's incredible.
At some point, I'd like to put a presentation together of some of the projects that I've done, so that you can see that it's not ugly. I have three. She has great taste. Are you kidding? Safe, easy to use, beautiful. If it's not all those three, I don't do it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anne, so much. And thank you, Erica. Yeah. So again, we have a supporting partner page on the website. If you ever want to reach out to any of our partners, you can quickly get in touch with Erica. So if you all have any partners or resources that you feel you need,
I definitely am looking for a handyman partner. I think we all need a trusted handyman. I would like to also find an IT provider by the end of the year, somebody that is happy to come into the home and help us with all our little home tech problems that are above and beyond what we might ask a volunteer for. But if you can think of others, please let me know, because those are the ones we want to find first. Okay, so I have to switch hats one more time and then I'm done talking. And you are welcome to stay, Erica, but we know you're super busy, so we can help you. We can, as soon as I'm done here, I can help you if you'd like to take off. Okay, so just a little bit from marketing. I'm sending out membership cards. A lot of you just renewed your membership, so happy to see all of that. I will be mailing out your discount membership cards. There's also a page, as a reminder, there's a page on the website of all the member discounts. One of them is Erica's free in-home assessment. It's usually 130 or 150. Yeah, $185. That is a complimentary member discount that she gives to villagers. She comes in and she assesses your home. It's very thorough to make sure that you're safe, things are well lit, you have those grab bars where you need them. Rugs are up, all that good stuff. So when you get your membership card, that can be a reminder for you to go online and check out all the other discounts available. Hallmark offers you one, Long Island Mike's, there's lots of great options on there. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is our Friday yoga is getting very busy. So perfect, great. So look at all these wonderful discounts, super helpful. So this is the page you're looking for, okay? If you want to get into, and even Heavenly Yogurt gives us a discount, it's wonderful. UPS, it's great. Thanks, Mark. So chair yoga on Fridays, I think we're going to need to add a second class. So, so the first takeaway is register quickly if you want to attend. Okay, so that's going to make you happiest first. Make sure that you're signed up. If you're not signed up, we do have an option of showing that on both TVs. So we could put a couple chairs up on the top lobby seating, and people can watch from there and do yoga from there. But we're going to be playing around with this. We might start, you know, yoga is 10 to 11. We might start in 11 to 12. And see how that goes. So please sign yourself up. Please don't forget to not register, because please, right, show up, don't show up because we have limited space. And if you aren't going to come and you are registered, please make sure you cancel so that you can give your spot to somebody else who needs it or wants it. And then just keep an eye out. We'll be working on announcements for official changes for Friday, whether that be a second class or what it might be. But thank you for being mindful of that. Wonderful. Thanks, you guys, for all your time and patience with me. You want to separate? Sure.
Okay, now we'll continue on with our meeting here. For the committee corner, marketing's Karen Wellness, Bradlin and Becky, and did you want to say something too? I'll have Bradlin start then.
We have whoops, I guess I better wait. We have a special presentation coming up, and Becky and Carol Lee are presenting. So Becky is going to tell you about it.
We're going to sneak out, okay, Miss Becky, real quick. So
Thank you, guys.
Back to work. I know you're busy. Thank you so much. Bye, Erica. Thanks for your time.
So last spring, Carol and I were having a vision conversation. And I complained that I could no longer see the preheat buttons on my oven. And Carol said, there's a device available for that, or you can try this, one of these little rectangular magnifying things. And I thanked her, and she gave me about 3 or 4 more tips for immediate assistance. And I said, Carol, you should be having doing a presentation. And here we are. It's September, the Aging Eye, September 19th, right here, 2 to 3:30. We're fortunate to have Dr. Nathan Johnson, who's, I believe, PhD in ophthalmology. He'll come, he'll speak, he'll do a PowerPoint, he'll take questions. Very, very competent, very capable. There will be handouts, and the handouts will come not at the registration table, but as you leave. So we're not reading material while he's speaking. That wasn't his request, that was just a consensus. So I think that's it. A lot of you have already signed up. I thank you for that. And it allows us to make sure there are sufficient handouts. But we'd like anyone who's interested, who has questions, to sign up to come. And if you can't sign up, come anyway. Thank you.
If you can't sign up,
Thanks,
then
Becky.
Cassandra or Becky know, and we'll sign you up instead. Don't do sign up. Right? I'm not done yet.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay. I have a big surprise that happened to me last week. I'm thinking this man came and delivered something to me and I said, what did I buy from Amazon now? I don't remember. Does that happen to you? 'Cause it does. This is what was in one of the big boxes. This this goes on the bathtub to help you to get in and out of the bathtub so you don't, you know how you have to step over? That can be dubious in terms of your balance. So this came in a big box. That was one. A long, long, long time ago, I filled out a thing, which I think I told you about, called Dignity at Home. If you want to do this, this is the sheet. Sorry, my coffee got on it, but it's still there. It's still readable. This is what they have inside. So then I got another box. I opened the box. And this is a nightlight. This is a pill thing in case you have 4 pills in a day. This is carpet tape.
That's important.
Important so you don't trip over yourself. This one is like $30. This is you know where you lock your car? There's a thing, a metal thing that's really, you put this on it and it helps you get in and out of a car. And I have also been told that this, if you were in a car accident, will cut your seatbelt. And if you were in a water problem where your car went in the lake, that it could break your window so you can swim out. This is so you don't slip in the tub. This is something you should do every year. I remind you about that every year.
I'm going to say what it is, Brendan, we're both there.
Vital. File of life. You know what this is? This is where you list your medication and your doctors so that if by chance you happen to have a heart attack and you're call 911, then the fire people, the EMTs are going to look for this so that they know what medicine you're taking and what your doctors have diagnosed you with, and probably your doctors too. Anyway, this is so that you don't trip over wires. You know, how many of you have cables from your computer and light cords and everything? If you used one of these, it would put it all together and you wouldn't trip. You all know what this is. A grabber, that's right. I have 3 more things. This is a pedometer. We're supposed to walk 10,000 steps a day. Yeah, I think that's funny too. This is a high voltage flashlight. So that when you get out of bed, you can figure out how to get to the bathroom.
The automatic light.
And the last thing is a blood monitor pressure cup. Now look at all of that stuff. That came free. I did not have to pay a penny, not even shipping charges. So the only thing I didn't get was a raised, these are optional add-ons, a raised toilet seat, which I have plenty of those in my garage, so if you need to borrow one. A shower chair, I also have shower chairs. And this, I guess they gave me this instead, which is this adjustable height bath safety rail. So if you are interested, the reason why this is such a surprise for me is because I put in the request for this probably 4 months ago. And they said, well, we're behind, don't worry about it. Well, I forgot all about it. And then it came.
Christmas in July.
That's right, it was Christmas in July. So if you want one of those, I have a number of those. And then also, I know some of you went and got one of these when you went to Cassandra's fair in the spring. But September is Fall Prevention Month. I was going to have a nice movie, but that's been a problem. Maybe someday you will, but right now, I want you all to recognize that this is a really good one. So I have left you copies of those. Please read them. And that for me is all I have to say. That will go into my medical equipment rental. Well, it's not free, it's free rental, so, but it will go in my garage for people who might.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay, so like Cassandra said when she was talking about all of the things we have in our village, that we have a lot of education on health. We've been talking about how to take care of us, age in place, and now we have social committee. So I need to have you up here. Georgia, Sue,
I would say Lynn's here, so she's.
what? Oh, come on, Linda, come on up. She's on the social, yep, we've got a great social team.
You go.
Hey.
First one.
Yes, you go first.
First thing out.
Hi, I'm Linda Bird, for those of you who don't know me. We have one new social event we're gonna try out. It's called an ice cream social. It'll be in October, starting small, so we'll have it at the clubhouse, thank you. First, so we're figuring about 30 people. We hope to do 4 tables inside and 4 tables outside. And it's, no games, no dancing, no singing. It's just come and have some ice cream and enjoy each other's company. We'll have people serving the ice cream in a bowl, and then you can put your own toppings on. It'll be $5 at the door. And we're going to try it out. And if it's something that people seem to like, we can do them more often. If it gets really big, we can move it to a different location and stuff like that. So it's the day before Halloween. It's not a Halloween theme. It's just an ice cream social. I think that's October 30th.
Yeah.
1 to 2:30 at the clubhouse.
Get your body ready for the sugar for the next day.
Yeah.
Yes. So for those of you who are ice cream, yes,
Sugar party.
ice cream lovers, you can eat sugar and you can eat dairy products. Come and have fun. Pardon me?
What time?
1 to 2:30 at the clubhouse on October 30th. Okay, thank you.
You're next.
Okay. Okay, hi, I'm Diana Keys. So I wanted to let you know about the closest event that's coming up next with the social committee. And a week from tomorrow, September 16th, is our happy hour bingo. And please, registration closes, I think, on the 11th of September. So please, if you're interested in playing bingo, you will be, it's at the Lutheran Church from 3 to 5:30 on the 16th of September. it's a $10 cost. That covers bingo cards and refreshments. Quote. It's we're having popcorn, peanut butter pretzels, and Halloween Hershey Halloween candy bars. Tea, Arnold Palmer tea and water. So, those are the things that are provided. There will be gifts for the winners, and those gifts will be $5 gift cards to community merchants, in addition to a surprise. So every bag will have a $5 gift card and a surprise. You may be disappointed, or you may, anyway, that's the surprise part. So anyway, Happy Hour Bingo is September 16th and should be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you then. Okay.
Good job.
I'm sitting down.
Okay, I checked with, I want to say Crate and Barrel. I always say that. Barrel, and thank you. Their happy hour is from 4 to 6. And I thought maybe if we could change ours to 4:30, it would be a little bit closer to dinner. A lot of us like to have dinner there. So is there any objection? I mean, you can always come at 3 if you want to, but just, yeah.
Isn't it about pricing? Don't they have an early happy hour?
Yes, this is the happy hour from 4 to 6. So if we start at 4:30, we can still get in to the happy hour. Okay, so I will go and make sure they know we're coming. This month, it's the 3rd Thursday. What date is that? I don't have a calendar in front of me. 18th, thank you. And then our October field trip is October 14th on a Tuesday. We are going to the Lafayette Hotel, which has so much history. Several of us went for lunch last month, and it was fun just sitting there and watching the people. I mean, 2 great big Dalmatians. Jenny, do Dalmatians come in brown and white?
Sure.
I had never seen brown and white Dalmatians, but this young gal pranced right through with her dogs, and there was a gal at the bar that had next to nothing on, ordering a drink, and we all went, oh my gosh. It has just so much history. They call it the golden age of Hollywood. It has now been voted a National Historic Hotel in 2012. And it's just fun to go through and see all of the history and the different rooms and how they've decorated it. There's a lot of stuff, and it's not real put together, but it's just fascinating. We have 3 more spots to go if you want to go. And we're going to meet at McDonald's at 12:30 and carpool. It is a late lunch, but we figured out it might not be as crowded, and they don't take reservations, and they don't do tours. So there's about 3 of us that are trying to put information together and just do our own tour. Tuesday the 14th of October.
14.
Yeah. I think that's all I have.
What time are you meeting at the Ghana?
12:30 or 12, say 12:15. Okay, thank you.
We just told you to come on up, Meryl, our membership chairperson.
Well, as membership chair, we are proud to announce that our membership is still holding. We have 142 members at this point, and we have several prospective members. And I want to welcome some of our newer members. let's see, Anne Marie, I think you are a fairly new member. And of course, Ann Kellett and Lynn, where's Lynn? Lynn Woodfine back there. So those are our, and then Claire also, Ann's daughter Claire is also a new member. So we have 4 of our newer members present today. So welcome to the meeting, and we hope you enjoy your time with the village. I'm also, besides membership and volunteer chair, I'm also the fundraising chair for activities where we try to raise money outside of the sponsorships. And so far in fundraising this year, we have raised $1,580. And those are our restaurant fundraisers, the craft fair, and what was the third thing? We had the Bunko fundraising. So restaurant fundraising, Bunko, and the craft fair. So we have another fundraiser coming up at Felipe's Restaurant. And you saw that if you saw the vibes. It is going to be October 20th. It's a ways away yet. We'll be announcing it again at the October meeting. But they're giving us 25% of everything that is purchased that evening between 4 and 8 p.m. So please plan to come, bring your grandchildren, bring your children, bring your neighbors to Felipe's. And also they are honoring any carry-out orders that night. So if you just want to come and get a pizza and have it on your patio, that's fine. But you have to show the flyer. And the flyer is on the website where you go to register for that event. And we're going to, I'll make sure that there are copies available at the clubhouse. So if you're there for your exercise class or meeting, you can pick up a copy of the flyer there. But do come, bring the flyer, and we hope to make some money from that event. Our goal is about $2,000 this year, if we can hit that by December. Yes. Oh, yeah, it's on the flyer, but it's the one at Kearney Villa Road. Is it Kearney Villa or Kearney Mesa? Kearney Villa, yeah, Kearney Villa Road. It's not the one off of Friars Road and Mission Gorge, okay? That's where we go for SNAP, but for fundraisers, we go to the one off of Kearney Villa Road. Okay, also, I want to do a special thank you to those of you who participated in our Honor Flight letter writing campaign. We had 16 people who participated this year. Some wrote the letters and thank you notes at home, but we had quite a few that turned up at the clubhouse to write those letters. And I mailed out a box of 223 thank you notes for our veterans. And Donna Hester is the person in charge of the mail call on the flights when they come back from Washington, D.C. And I told her how many letters we had written. And she said, many thanks. And she knows the veterans will much appreciate our efforts. So I want to thank all of you that participated. And we'll have some photos and things in the next vibes. Okay, then my other job here is volunteers. One quick announcement before I announce the Volunteer of the Month. Last month, I mentioned that we needed someone to replace Carol Lee, who is retiring as our
Idea bank.
Pardon?
Idea bank.
Yes, as our idea bank. And it's a very simple job. I wrote a nice article. I thought it was a nice article in the Vibes, if you read the Vibes, about what that entails. And all it is really is, for example, when Al thought about wanting to get a golf group together, he contacted Carol Lee and said, can we get some guys, girls, ladies from the village who want to go and play golf? Is that right? And then Carol Lee.
No, it's not.
Pardon?
He said, what ideas do you have?
Okay, so you had an idea. Carol Lee worked on it, talked about it, asked Cassandra if she could put it on the calendar. People came and registered. And as a result, we have a nice group of men who play golf. Once a week, once a month? Once a week. a group of us wanted to do some singing just for fun. And of course, it morphed into the Village Vocals, but we just thought we'd get together every once in a while and just sing songs. And again, Carol Lee got that idea. And Lori and Mike, thank goodness, Mike plays the piano for us. And we have several members here. Dolores joined. And anyway, so the Village Vocals were born. We just need someone to be like a clearinghouse. So if you have an idea, for example, if you want to go kayaking with a couple people. Somebody mentioned when I did the one-on-one orientation with new members, they wondered if we had a kayaking group. So, so anyway, it would just be someone, one person, who would be willing to be like a clearinghouse for these ideas of activities or social events, whatever you might, maybe a polka group, maybe a square dancing group, I don't know. But anyway, please think about it. It's not a big job, but it's needed because we need, Cassandra can't field all of these ideas that come through. So if you'd like to do that, it's a way of volunteering for the village, and it just takes a little bit of time and willing to put your phone number and email out there so people can contact you. And then Cassandra does most of the work then, getting it on the calendar, and we talk about it in the vibes and at meetings and so forth. So my other volunteer job is to announce the Volunteer of the Month. And this month, I'm pleased to announce one of our charter members. Sometimes I see a new member stepping up and especially volunteering to be on a committee or going out of their way to do something special for us. But sometimes our volunteers are those who've been with us for many, many years. And Ann Hoffman has been with our village from the inception. She's a charter member. In fact, she went with Candy Walsh and Susan Deininger when they went to Beacon Hill, Boston, to consult with the village there, the very first village, to consult with them and find out how they organized it and so forth. So it's been 18, 19 years in the making. Anne has been involved every year in some way or another, has volunteered her time, her talent, and her treasure for our village.
Volunteering my daughter.
She has been a dedicated supporter of our village. She's been a volunteer on various committees, such as the Care and Wellness Committee for many years. She was served on that committee. Today, in her 90s, she opens her house and volunteers to host the Bridge Club and the Dog Pack. Also, she's out there every year in our Patriots Day Parade representing the village on her scooter out there. So even today, after 17, 19 years, she's been a volunteer. She's an invaluable member of our village, and she's a shining example of what it means to be a TVSD villager. Anne?
All that you've done for our village over the years.
Okay, Village Vocals, you're on. I don't have to go up there to say it, right? I can just.
Okay, so
One other question about fundraising. How's that Raise Right card thing doing?
I think it's been,
Yeah, I can report.
she asked about Raise Right.
Does anybody else try to use it on a regular basis with lawns?
Yes, yeah. I get a little thing from Raise Right every month that tells me how much the things I've bought, the gift cards I've bought, how much has been donated back to the village. And it really adds up.
Yeah, we're at least 500. We were at 500 in June.
Yeah, because Rhoda Keegan, our treasurer, she keeps track of it. And she has done a workshop on how to use Raise Right. So, but anyway, you could talk to Rhoda also if you need some help with it. But
before, it's still a functioning, it's an ongoing, thing in the TVSD, so if you shop at Vons, and please shop at the Island Vons so they don't relocate it or close it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Claire, I buy my gift cards for Vons to do shopping. And also you can buy gift cards for Amazon. And whatever, a certain percentage of what you buy from Amazon, just put in the code of the gift card and that percentage goes back to us. So, and you can hit specials. I hit one last month for Landry's Restaurants, which is like POE's and a couple of restaurants here. 18% went back to the village. So that's a large percentage. Okay.
We're gonna announce them.
I have to announce the birthdays? Okay, so this is the Village Vocals here today.
Part of them.
Part of the Village Vocals. And these are our birthdays for the month of September. On the 2nd was Barbara Lone. On the 9th, we have our twin birthdays, Gail Stewart and Candy Walsh. On the 13th is Mira Milanovich. On the 17th, Carol Higgins. On the 18th, Anne Marie Jewell, she's here. On the 22nd, Barbara Luster, another person who's here today. On the 23rd, we have twins again, Jackie Halls and Janelle Harris. On the 26th, Adele Schoeffel. On the 28th, Cy Daly. Another set of twins on the 29th. And these two ladies exercise together at Chair Yoga. Sally McCardle, did you know that Mia Kim is your twin birthday? Yeah, okay. And then the 30th is Carol Lee, our Idea Bank for right now. We also have some anniversaries. Pete and Carol Bergert, Jay and Diana Keys on the 10th, and they are anniversary twins. And then we also have PK and Candy Walsh on the 23rd for their anniversary. And I think that's everyone. So happy birthday.
Happy anniversary. Okay, he didn't bring his pitch pipe, so here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear villagers. Happy birthday to you.
My daughter from Indonesia. Oh, boy.
I think this room must do something to my throat. The last time I went to speak, I could. Okay, I'm going to start with a thank you. Well, I'm going to start with two thank yous. One thank you is to the Mark and Denise, who did so much work for the Boot Scoot and Barbecue. They put a lot of work, turned out to be a lot of fun. And you know, those of you that have never been on the social committee or in charge of a large event, you don't sleep the week before because you start worrying about everything. You worry about, do we have enough food? We've already closed the registration. We're getting phone calls of people that want to come after the registration's been closed. We've already told the vendor. You worry about whether the decorations are going to be okay. Mark did a huge amount of wiring so that the speaker system was going to be perfect. So we want to continue to have people volunteer to be leaders, but I have to say it is a lot of pressure, and we're going to work this year to maybe make it a little bit less pressure on the person that's in charge to learn how to do well. Probably get better at delegating, because many of us type A people want to try to do everything ourselves, and we've got great committees that can put in a lot of the work, and so we're going to work on that. My other thank you is to the vetted drivers who have stepped up and answered the requests for people who need rides. The time that you take to help a member is very much appreciated. Please remember that when someone asks you if they say that they need a ride, if you can't, or if it's not a good day, it's okay to say no. I know that's hard for many of us to do that, but it is okay. And if you're willing to be a vetted driver and you have not filled out the paperwork, the process is very simple. There's a form on our website. It's under resources, transportation related. You fill it out, send $5 into the DMV. Eventually, through our member services, we're going to have help with, we're going to recruit non-member volunteers to help with transportation. But in the meantime, just know that if you are a vetted driver and you're helping to drive some of our members to medical appointments or to airports or to meetings, we thank you for that. It's appreciated. So a bit of board news. At our August board meeting, we requested that Cassandra have a prepared list of tasks for her job as business manager, as well as a list of tasks for the new administrative coordinator. We looked over these tasks. If you're interested in seeing the list of tasks that she has put together, she has agreed to send it out in an e-blast if you're interested in looking at that.
Should see it because we don't want to be going wrong.
Well, that's right. And once this person is hired and they have a chance to go over the skills and there's the training's been done, we will definitely make it clear to you which one you would call for what particular reason to call, because that's something that we know that was not a problem last year, but some people weren't clear who they should call, which staff person they should call. So we're going to make that clear. Cassandra is now ready to post the position. And we'd love to find someone who actually lives in Terrasana, if possible. We'd like to find someone who's conscientious and trustworthy, someone who has technology skills as well as effective communication skills. So wish us luck. We're going to start that process right now, soon.
What hours will that job be?
It's a 20 to 22 hour a week job. It'd be Monday through Friday. They would be working in the clubhouse. Negotiable kind of.
We're flexible, but he would help cover our 9:30 to 12:30 office hours every weekday.
And are you posting a salary range or what?
Yes.
That's all included. I'll email
Yeah,
that.
that's $20 to $22 an hour. Yes, it's going to be, when she posts the tasks, it's actually the application form sort of. It has a list of tasks and then it tells about the hours and yeah. So we thought you should know that, so that is going to be posted. Cassandra mentioned this. I'll mention it again, that Thursday and Friday, there's 5 members of the village that are going to be traveling to Sacramento for the California conference. We're really looking forward to this. This is the national conference that's going to be at the end of September. There's 5 members going to be participating in that, but that is in that Zoom meetings. And those are valuable as well, but this one is going to be particularly valuable because there's going to be an opportunity for us to network with other villages, with members of other villages on a variety of topics. They have what they call this cafe corner, and we move around and we talk to people. And that's going to be especially important. We're going to learn how the state and federal policies and the funding streams are going to impact our growing network of villages, because we all know that there's been changes in federal policies. So they'll talk about that. Carolyn Ross, who's the co-executive director of the Village Move It California, she'll be giving us an update on the current state and future direction of the villages. And then we're just going to explore a lot of strategies for villages to identify the things that would support the village members in the area of social activities and health. Big push on the connection between care and social. So we'll be doing a lot of talking about that. And part of the requirements for people that are going is to take good notes and come back and share it with you. So we will be doing that. If you read my president's message in September, you know that I believe in establishing relationships and connections within the group. Back to Carol Lee, she actually emailed the social team and suggested that we have maybe some more smaller gatherings for people that aren't comfortable going to the larger social events. And so that kind of fit in with my philosophy on what I think is important. So we're going to start with what's called casual conversations. These will just be small gatherings that could take place, could be in the clubhouse. We'll start out in the clubhouse. Maybe some people will want to have them at their house, but it's just an opportunity. There's no agenda. It's just an opportunity for people to share and get to know each other just a little bit better. And it's interesting, I did get some feedback through the email, about 3 or 4 people who said that they were excited about that because they know people in the village. They say hi and they know people's names, but they really don't know them. And so for an opportunity to be able to just throw out some getting to know questions, but it's also an opportunity to ask questions about and gather ideas for more social gatherings that are small. You know, we're kind of interested in this whole concept of small gatherings. So if, in addition to the casual conversations, I'm also going to be meeting with the committee leaders and the co-committee leaders, just as an opportunity for them to collaborate, for all of us to collaborate on what's going on in the committees, and also for them to give me and other board members a chance to give us feedback on what's happening in the village, kind of like a think tank. I would appreciate that, getting input on things that we talk about. So if any of you have any other ideas on small gatherings that you think would be fun, feel free to email me and I can share these ideas with the appropriate committee or board. So Labor Day weekend is sort of the unofficial, that's sort of the end of summer unofficially. We have, I figured it out, about 13 more days of summer proper, so I can still wear my white sandals for 13 more days. As we head into fall, be sure and look at the website calendar. There's a lot going on. And the link, I just discovered this and I should have known this. The link to print out, I don't know if you ever tried to print out the calendar, but sometimes I can't print it out on a 9x12 piece of paper. But there is a link on the newsletter that says if you want to print the newsletter, print the calendar, you can do that. Print it out and highlight the things you want to attend, but also check the weekly e-blasts and check the calendar on the website because things get added as people get ideas. They think, oh, that'd be fun. Let's do that next week. So be sure and check the calendar, read the e-blasts, and take advantage of all we have to offer because there's a lot and it's fun. And I'm sure we're going to hear more about the conference about isolation versus socialization, how we all need to stay connected. And that's important for our health. So, oh, I'm in charge here. What are we doing next? Any other announcements or remarks? We are going to not round table tonight. We're going to Gaetanos tonight. We're going to support them. I know that they're appreciating our support. They know we're coming. How many people want to go afterwards? That's some, yay! Oh, they'll be so happy. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts? No? Okay. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.